Yes. My next guest is one of the most astonishing athletes of our time. He's not only an all-star outfielder for the Kansas City Royals, but he's also an incredible running back for the Los Angeles Raiders. Is there anything he can't do? Let's look at a clip.
Bo knows baseball. Bo knows football.
Bo knows basketball, too.
Bo knows tennis?
Bo knows running.
No.
Is that a commercial? Let's hear it for Bo Jackson. Now explain that clip.
Oh, that clip it took from mid-spring training until first of the season to do. I started off in Orlando, Florida doing it. The first spot was done with Bo Diddley in spring training. Then we had to come to Kansas and go to the University of Kansas to do the other shots. So we got some KU fans out there? 1, 2.
That guy right there has clapped for anything. The lady said hat. He said... So ignore him. You play a little bit of everything. Is there anything you ever tried that you didn't do well at?
Well, anything I set my mind to do, I can do it. But I think, to be on the serious side, I'm the only brother that can't play basketball. Now,
Really? You don't play basketball?
I cannot dribble, and...
Well, look, the best in the game said Bo knows basketball.
You know how that is.
Yeah.
You know how, it's just, I just cannot play basketball. Now, I could slam dunk it and fool around with the fellows out on the dirt court, but you get me inside, and I can't do anything. 2 left feet.
So Michael Jordan lied, basically, is what happened. Nike made him lie.
Yeah.
That's great. Is it going to put a lot of pressure on your kids, you think? I mean, I would hate to be Bo Jackson's son.
Well, speaking of sons, I have 2, Nicholas and Garrett. Nicholas will be 1-year-old's birthday, and Garrett is 3. And I really don't think I want my 2 sons to play any sports, because with the way things are going on, I don't want the public and the people in the press, well, you're not doing what your father did, and you're not, screw that. I want them to go and do whatever they want to do. Be a musician, a tennis player, or whatever, a doctor, or whatever. I am not going to push them as far as sports is concerned.
Now, if they want to do it, you won't mind, though.
If they want to do it, that's fine. But I'm not going to push them.
How did the critics and the sports writers respond when you decided to play 2 sports?
It was really hard. The only people that I had backing me was my family, because the people back in Kansas City, this guy can't do it. This guy's a fool. He's crazy. He can't do this. And the sports writers and everything. And now everybody wants, I'm not trying to sound conceited, but I can't do nothing without the sports writers say, oh, you're the greatest, you're the greatest. Bull. You know, because 2 years ago, they were ripping me up and down, sideways, east and west. Well, this guy can't do this, and this guy can't do that. I've known Bo for 26 years. I know what he can do, and I know what he can't do. And I think the thing that I do best now is feed the press with a long-handled spoon.
Yeah.
Because they can make you make it better.
In your heart, what do you love most? Hitting a home run or crossing the end zone?
If I was in college, I would say both. But right now, it's my job. It's like this show is your job. It's your way that you make a living. It really doesn't matter. As long as I'm able to get out, well, as long as the good Lord bless me to get out and display the talent that he gave me, and I'm able to pay my bills, have some money for my wife to go and buy a nice dress, to keep my kids in good clothes, I'm happy. So it really doesn't matter.
Really? Yeah. You don't get a different kind of thrill in one of the different sports? Like,
well, there's always...
If you had to give up one, which one would it be?
I I can't tell you. I can't tell you.
Okay, I respect that. We'll take a commercial. We'll come right back with Bo Jackson. Dealing with both of the sports, when you made the decision after college, because you were a Heisman Trophy winner.
Yes.
And when this decision was placed on you, was that a tough period for you?
Not really. I knew I could play football. And at the point in time, I got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And things didn't work out between us as far as the negotiation standpoints and so forth and so on. And I said, well, I was going to wait until the baseball draft to see what my options were, to see who would pick me up. And the Royals did, and I turned them down. And so, well, I turned down the Buccaneers, and I accepted the contract from the Royals. And after a year playing with the Royals, we got together and talked about see could I try to do both sports. And I said, sure. Why not? Let's go for it. And then when that went public, that's when hit the fan.
Yeah.
And it's been weird since then. But one thing about it is that I don't let the negative talk get to me or the criticism, because I use that as fuel for my fire, and I just can't sit down and let the press or the public decide what Bo's next move is going to be. Because if I did, I wouldn't be living the type of life that I want to.
Absolutely.
So I'm my own person.
Yeah.
Right now, I only listen if the only somebody now tells me what to do is my wife, and she's sitting out in the audience with her friend Lisa and Mark.
Look at her. She's like, don't you. Look at her. Yeah. Is there any other athlete in sports today that you think could do the kind of thing that you're doing?
Sure. There is a lot of guys talking about doing it. Take, for instance, Sanders, guy from Florida State, Deion Sanders. He's trying to do it. I wish him the best of luck, but the way to do it is not with his mouth, because he has to go out and show what he can do instead of sit up and talk about it.
He talks a lot.
You could say that. but to me, the only people that get high places by running their mouths is politicians. And there's no room in this game for politics.
Yeah. Is there a lot of jealousy in the business that you're involved in, especially based on what you're doing right now? Because you are making history.
There is a lot of jealousy, but I pay it no attention, really, because if you sit up and listen to all the stuff that the people say it's about you, it can make you a sour person. And the people that I associate with, the only people that I associate with is the people that I work with. They understand that's all that matters, so I don't let it bother me.
What do you do when you're not working? What does Bo Jackson do to kick back?
Oh, kick back. Anything, really. The number one thing is spend time with my wife and kids. And besides that, I'm a big-time hunter and fisherman. So I do that. I don't hang out. I don't hang out at the bars or so forth and so on. I'll probably stop by bars so every now and then, but I'm not a big outgoing person. I'm a home. I am a homebody, as you call it. I sit around the house and work on my archery and so forth and so on, play with the kids, I fight with the kids and so forth and so on. But, that's me outside of what I do. That's me outside of sports.
Has that come through maturity? Did you go through a period where you were wild and you've calmed down, or have you always been like that?
Man, when I was young, I beat up anybody just to do it, just to have something to do. I was, in my neighborhood, I was known as a little nappy-headed boy that chunked rocks all the time.
Yeah.
They said, that boy done broke my window pane again.
Yeah.
And whenever there's a car window broke or a front window broke, they come to my house because they knew that. And I'm like under the house, hid behind the chimney somewhere because I know my mom's going to tear my butt up.
Yes.
But when I was little, that's what I did. I beat up kids and stole bicycles. The things that your average kid do when he's little.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're doing all right now.
I'm just trying to hang in there, trying to pay the rent.
I heard that. I'm glad to see you doing what you want to do.
Thank you.
Hang tough, man.
Thank you very much.
Bo Jackson.